Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Grim Dawn. We are entering Act 2 of Elite difficulty. Gotta kill some cowboys in this post-apocalyptic world and see how they stack up against their normal difficulty counterparts. I remember from playing through this area back on the veteran was that the cowboys, they were not really the issue. It was the golems in this area that were actually the true terrors. I'm very curious to see how they have held up in terms of difficulty. Are the golems still truly terrifying, or are they mostly just ignorable? If the golems were terrifying to our build right now, that would be truly terrifying indeed. And any other character I would end up playing in the future on hardcore, I would really dread going here. On the other hand, it would be a slight disappointment if they were not a challenge. I think this is a little bit of a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. We are way more tanky than we have any right to be. And as such, I don't think the golems are going to be a challenge. That's too bad. That's something that was very dangerous before. Kind of lost its sting. Well, we killed the cowboy we were meant to kill. Kind of casually murdered him without truly acknowledging his presence. Downside of all these cowboys shooting from a distance, of course, is that they don't really suffer from the retaliation damage, because that is a melee thing. And our reflection damage is still not entirely up to snuff. We just get stuck in here because the pathing does not go around here. Okay, we escaped. Pathfinding, it's difficult. What the heck is happening? Okay. A portal. Yes. We are in a very weird state. Okay, let's go to town. These getters, I think we're locked in a wall or something in our local state. Usually that kind of stuff only happens if you get desynced in a multiplayer game. Apparently in a single player game, if you just walk fast enough, you can just get desynchronized with space and time. We're kind of like the Flash in that regard. Oh, we actually had to go back to Devil's Crossing. That's might as well take the opportunity to do that. Have a chat with Mornay, who's of course gonna send us onwards, looking for his dear Elsa, whom we already know just doesn't like the guy.
Well, you work for Dairy. We have to hit them hard and fast.
There we go again. Get some bonus reputation. Then we're gonna have a look at Quaid in old Markovia. Get reacquainted with the rovers in Elite. And see if we can scrounge together some reputation with those folks. Because once we hit the honored status with the rovers, we're gonna go back to veteran mode. And we are going to do the quest for them, look for a couple of items in some of the rifts that are nicely tucked away. We're gonna restore the avatar of Mokdrogan. Okay, now we're entering into golem territory, so keep a little bit of an eye out for them. But no, my line of reasoning from before suggests probably not going to be as dangerous as they once were. We'll see. We're going to go back to veteran mode for the avatar of Mokdrogan, and not because we truly care about the avatar, but because there are some some devotion shrines that we wanna unlock while we are there. That's gonna get us some points. And while we're there, we're probably gonna enter the early bit of the Bastion of Chaos. We're not gonna go through the door, but we are gonna attack the waypoint or the devotion shrine there as well. So we're gonna get 2 devotion points in a single go. We're just gonna go for rift diving for an entire episode. And that should get us at least more damage reflection. Let's see, we're gonna get the damage reflection node of Messenger of War, and we're gonna get the activated ability, so that's gonna be very exciting. At least, I think that's gonna be exciting. I'm looking forward to that. Now, just going after individual beasts, I don't think that's overly exciting, so let's just see if we can reduce the individual monster killing to a bit of a minimum. And let's go after the larger groups and just focus a bit more on making progression. Because there's plenty of pigs around, and well, if they get to live another day, that's good. They get to breed more new pigs that we can kill in the future. Some wind dragons, drakes, raptors, things. Let's see. We are kind of dancing around the Commando's chosen bit. Of course, I think we still get to choose here. Have to rescue the person yet again. Also, I don't ever remember seeing a heroic wind raptor. Let's see. Is your family in there? Are you insane? You can't do this. Can't give up now. No, don't do it. Ah, okay. So trying to reason with a madman doesn't work. Probably should have told him about the town. At least now we have an epic fight on our hands with Stephen Skinner. A would-be townsperson. But now just a crazed man who, in an act of desperation, thought it was best to set his family on fire. Because that would be more humane than letting them live. We got a torch of spell weaving for our troubles. Is it any good? Chance to burn, lots of fire, cold, burn, poison and light radius. Oh well. Not all that great. Not for us. A sturdy shield is something that's more useful for us. So we're just gonna draw some attention, just shout some at the mobs. Draw them along with us. Take them all out at the same time. I have to admit, these guys are doing a decent job of doing damage to me. Bunch of channeled lightning is of course something that we are only 65% resisting. Still pretty good in my book. 65% resistance is pretty decent. But no, it's almost double as much damage that we still receive compared to 80% resistance, compared to maxed out resists. Because we are taking effectively 35% of all the damage they try to inflict. As compared to 20% when you are maxed out at 80% resistances. And there is Drew Larkin. What happened to you? Oh no, I'll track your partner down. Who is going to be conveniently located on the way to where we want to be. That's always nice. Also, wait, this looks too convenient. A bridge, yes. There's a lot of loot. I like loot. Very happy I spotted that bit. I don't think I've sung the praise of level design yet this episode, so here insert praise of level design in Grim Dawn here. By now you should know the song. We'll just be nice and helpful and merciful. And we'll see him again in Homestead. And he'll be our merchant there. Ooh, lots of undead. I like undead. They appear in large numbers. And they don't run away. So they are easy to kill for us. Okay, we've got a nice collection of crystals here. They might try to murderize us. On the other hand, those crystals felt a little bit toothless. And speaking of toothless, that suddenly reminds me of the golems. I haven't seen golems yet. Yeah, it's interesting how the brain just has a habit of associating things. We have ourselves a waypoint. And some zombies, and then we're just gonna drag them into town. What do you need assistance with? We'll look for your elder. Okay, then the zombies have arrived, and we'll kill the zombies here. They'll all be thankful. Yes, you sell stuff. Salvage dealer. So we can buy some scrap from you, always useful. Let's sell all the yellow stuff in our inventory. It's yellow stuff, it's just there for the money, not because we actually care about it. What color is this? It's just so large you can't see it. It's just a crappy yellow one. And Skinner's torch, we don't care. Shoulder pads, they have a boatload of armor. They also have just only offensive things. And +3 to Blackwater Cocktail, so they are demolitionist things. We are a partial demolitionist, but this is not what we are looking for. Bernard, throwing wheel bandits. Well, we'll help you out. We got some dynamite right here, so we can just blow up the path forward. That's the nice thing of playing again on a higher difficulty. Some of the quest ingredients you already have, so it's a lot easier to clear the quest. Destroy the barricade, that at least checks off that quest, and then we can just use the path up here to keep going and look for the Elder.
That skill's not ready.
There's no strict requirement to go into the mines looking for dynamite, so we won't. Instead, we'll take the other path looking for the Elder. Who should be nearby here. Yeah, there. Hello, Elder Messias. How are you? You're not really doing well. Okay. Well, we'll leave you be. Balthazar, the eternal servant of Dreek, is actually doing some damage. Or his buddies are. It's always difficult to tell with these groups. Level 56, 4 levels above us. So he's challenging, but not overpowered. On the other hand, we did manage to defeat a dungeon with a boss that was 10 levels above us, so I think we're doing pretty well here. Those are, yes, you. This is actually a guy we can knock back.
Skill's not ready.
Of course, he's a heroic. They are not as sturdy as the purple ones. But sturdy, not sturdy. That he is, and that he will be. Another 56 Flame Revenant, that's 4 levels above us. And a bunch of regular scullies with Herald's Dread the Damned. Wait, is this stuff that popped up after we tagged the Elder? Interesting. Because it was clear on the way in. So supposedly we are meant to take the other way up. Or the other way up also has a Guardians now. I think that is worth checking out. Okay. Let's resist the temptation to stun the bugger, because it's only gonna delay killing him, because, well, he does take quite some damage from reflection, or retaliation. I mean, also from reflection, but not as much. Two tanks fighting each other. On the other hand, Blitz does do a lot of damage. I think it is worth the risk. Knocking him back. Couple more levels, then we got our Storm Shield. Then we're gonna invest again in our aggressive skills. Boost our damage a bit.
That skill's not ready.
See if in battles like this that are inevitable to win, if you can just speed up the inevitable a little bit. Alternatively, maybe we should have kept more add-ons alive and used them to trigger Counter-Strike on us. Because of course, the damage from Counter-Strike is pretty sizable.
I can't do that yet.
And ditto for this guy. No, I don't think you were here either. Okay, just gonna start ignoring regular mobs. They don't die in a couple of hits. They are the lucky ones. They get to go away. Okay, I think you'll be here still once I pick up all the loot. Oh, there's a priest here. Priest must die.
That skill's
They
not
really
ready.
make it difficult for the other ones to kill themselves. Okay, good. Was there loot hidden here somewhere? There's a interesting outline on the map, but now that's for the channel below. There, Frost Revenant, you are the tough bugger. Focus on you, then everybody else is just kind of slowly whittle themselves down. And that's it. Okay. Time to walk back the last little bit to town. Oh yeah, there was loot up in the tower here. Like so. There is a hidden spoils as well as a weather chest. It says yellow gear. And so far I'm still showing all the yellow stuff because it still sells for a decent amount of iron bits. Even though it is really tempting to crank up the loot filter here to green and only show items that are potentially useful, but you're losing out on a lot of money.
That skill's not ready.
Yes. Anything here? Doesn't look like it. Okay. And we're most likely just to walk back into town, hand into questies, and then poke around a little bit in a nearby cave. Hello, we destroyed the barricades. So, story back, but I think we're already maxed out on bags, so... Oh, we weren't. So now we actually got our 5th bag. I thought 5 was we already had the limit, but apparently we don't. Again, just sell all the yellow junk. The amulet we can hand into Raven. There it is. We got more reputation with the rovers. That gets us really, really close. We'll need 671 more XP from killing undead, which is bound to happen because this area is infested with the undead. So let's dive into the dungeon over there and do a little bit of spelunking. It's not a dungeon, it's just a cave. Words, again, they're difficult. Staying alive as a skeleton in near here is also very difficult. Or staying alive as anything that's not me or an ally, I think, is rather difficult at this moment. And there we are. Into the cave entrance. Spine Cove. Oh, it's a nice run, and there is a devotion shrine here. And that devotion shrine is gonna get us 25% damage reflection. Okay, why are you guys spawning behind me? I don't appreciate it when you spawn behind me. It's really rude. Okay, you're just gonna have to follow me or something. Hello.
I can't do that.
Okay, this is a proper amount of surrounding here. Let's just shout at them for a bit. And a decent amount of socket balls are spawning. Oh, and the Desecrator Shrine. Let's see, that's gonna be at least one hero. Overguard, Void Touched. Let's see if there's gonna be another wave after this with another hero, or if it's just gonna be a rather simple affair. So far, so good. Everything else is just surrounding us, triggering Counter-Strike, hitting everything. This is a perfect setup. And extra add-ons keep streaming in. I'm really, really pleased with that. Okay, starting to do a little bit more damage, but that was it. We got a Spectral Longsword, potentially equipable, hit level 53, and we get a Devotion Point. This is just everything good, just piling on. So, let's spend a point. Demolitionist, 2 more base points, gets us closer to Blast Shield. Also gets us more life. We're at 9,645 for changes. Then the next point is going to be up here. 25% damage reflected, as well as some pierce resistance, which is one of the resistances that's a bit more difficult to max out, so that's good. And now our base damage reflection is 50%. So all of the half of the damage that enemies deal to us bounces right back at them. We still take it, but of course we have insane regeneration to deal with it. But this is the way for dealing with casters, archers, all of that stuff. All of those honorless scumbags.
That skill's not ready.
That are just too afraid to face us in melee. Pick up some more loot. So next level we get our next devotion level, which is gonna be from either a shrine near here or from the shrines when we go back to veteran mode for a single episode. Those are gonna get us the activated ability of the Messenger of War, which is gonna get us a boatload of retaliation damage on top of the already insane amount of retaliation we already have. So life as a melee opponent has never been. It's gonna be even worse then. So be pretty good right now compared to how it will be. Oh, some more rares streaming in.
That skill's
Yeah, the component drops really, really good here. Probably one of the bonuses of Elite, that you get better drop rates for those things as compared to the lower difficulties. Because this is just an unnatural amount of ectoplasm and other things. So normal, you just spend ages farming this stuff, and here it seems rather plentiful. Ah yes, Baros Radlith, Lord of the Lost Souls. So far, passive regen is doing a really good job of absorbing most of the damage. I haven't had to use Overguard in a while now. But I think he might require it, because we are slowly creeping down in terms of our life. Of course, it's almost become a little bit of a sport trying to do as many battles without using Overguard, because of course Overguard is gonna make our insane regeneration even more insane. It's not quite an I win button, but it's most definitely an I won't lose button. And in this case, it's really hard for him to push us below 6,000 life. Or 5,000. Like that. And now we get a hand blunderbuss. Not quite sure why we would need anything like that. That's gonna be for a future demolitionist playthrough. That's gonna be useful. And I saw something purple, so that's a legendary drop. Let's have a look at that once we finish looting on the floor. Hey, what is this? Fiend's Resolve. Acid damage, chaos damage, poison damage, health defense, regen, attack speed, cooldown reduction, +2 to Blooded Reek, that's Occultist, +3 to Aspect of the Guardian. I can't quite place that one, but might also be an Occultist thing. Fiend's Resolve, 100% when hit. Fiend's effigy fills you with Resolve, enabling you to continue the fight. So 40-second recharge, 6-second duration, 6% +1,000 health restoration. That's a very nice heal. As well as 50% damage absorption and a 80% damage bonus to acid, chaos and poison. If you're playing an occultist going into acid, chaos, poison damage, which a lot of spells do on that side of the thing, this is not a bad item to play with. A pure occultist is something that I have been thinking about playing as well at some point. Of course, the demolitionist is a class I haven't played with at all. Well, technically we are now dual classing into demolitionist, but no, we're not really actively using demolitionist skills. We're just using some of the passive to enhance us. We go get the some of the auras, and blast shield is something that we're gonna embrace rather strongly. But I don't think that counts as playing a demolitionist. Demolitionist is supposed to play with a two-handed ranged weapon, or maybe just dual wielding pistols or something like that. So that playthrough is still in the pipeline. On the other hand, we don't know exactly when the expansion is gonna hit, and the expansion is gonna get us 2 whole new classes. So of course, once the expansion comes out, I'm gonna do a playthrough with at least one of the classes. Maybe dual classing them if it seems interesting. I don't quite know yet. So playing a pure occultist is probably a project that's gonna push a bit onto the back burner, possibly into 2018, depending on how long we manage to keep this guy alive. But for now, I think we have managed a good bit of progress. We started out in town. We pushed through the early bits of Act 2, made it all the way to the first rover camp, opened up the doorway, did a bunch of side quests, got ourselves to Devotion Shrine. So we're all set to next time to push into cowboy territory, and I'm not either sure if we're gonna get to Crowley or if we're just gonna clear the area around him and then do Crowley the episode after, but so far progress seems pretty good. Content still is not overly difficult. I'm still feeling like I'm very much that I'm in control rather than always playing catch up with the game. So I'm very curious to see how the difficulty is going to ramp, or if it's ultimate difficulty that we have to wait for the true test of this build. But with that, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching and hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.